history and passion, and you can always count on the ladder when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Jackson. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Ooh, I like it.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And, yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
People got the popcorn, got the remote. Let's give them a show. You ain't gonna burn me. All day. Long night ahead of you, baby. I see you. I see you over there. You scared. Good job. How that boy stepping up, Ryzen.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Partner, he got the DB on his horse on that play. He certainly sold like it was going to be a deep route before breaking it back on the comeback towards the sideline.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2
plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Boston Scott, his first carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Throwing is Hurts. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And Jackson going to have the 1st down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
Jackson going to run again, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. Three 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Jackson, option right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 24-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner, and in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability, and this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
He made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Dobbins. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, a 5-yard touchdown run, and the Ravens will extend their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 27, Hurts. Steps away to his left.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They find some open field here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw again is Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. The quick slant caught. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tylan Wallace, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
I feel you, dog. I feel you. Let's get it in. Make it work for it. Here we go. Here we go. Keep coming, baby. Keep coming. Keep on coming.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go now. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Here we go. 56. Mike, 56 right there.
On first down, Hurts. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
56 to Mike.
On first and 10, it's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
56, Mike, 56, right there, right there. 56.
On second and 10, Hurts throws this one right side to Pascal. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
56 Mike.
Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Here's Hurts to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! Zach Pascal in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, a full half to be played. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. On the return, Devin Duvernay.
Come on, fellas.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles ready to go on offense to begin this third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike.
Looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
56 to Mike.
On 2nd down now. It's Scott, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Edwards now on 1st and 10, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Duvernay, 67 yards as the Ravens push further out in front.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And Philadelphia's offense ready to go again and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24, Hurts. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing is Hurts. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Madubuike. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Try to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right, and he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. Here's Jackson to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
Again, Jackson will keep it. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd and 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. On 1st down, Dobbins, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. He gets nothing on back-to-back runs, so now you're dealing with a 3rd and 10 and probably a passing play.
I would agree with that, and I would highly suggest to the play caller, check a different part of that section on your play sheet, because his first 2 runs didn't help you at all. Find someone else who can touch the ball and maybe move it downfield.
And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Shut him down! Shut him down! Let's do this! Oh, yeah! Woo-hoo!
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Jackson looking to throw on third. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun now on third down. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Hurts gets this to Sanders. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. On first down, Hurts. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close